Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Pxy-VERSE. Sorry about little delay. Well, this week we're gonna boost a little more the organization of that I've lost a little of the management of this live streaming sessions. I wasn't notifying the time schedule. Right now I'm gonna bring this back in the middle of the week after tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a bit complicated, so then I probably will stop doing this character streaming and gonna bring a scene with scenery, which is which will be a change and more interesting, right? Perhaps, or I hope so. And so basically I fixed the rig that was crashing, something about a linked armature I was trying to use. So apparently I just had to join one armature to the other, and you see I had this armature for the experimental for the eyebrows, right? And I had to... What's happening here? Okay, I had this experimental and I had to join this in the other, or the linked one into that, doesn't matter which order, and that the crash stopped happening when I opened the sidebar. I was even considering, when this crash happened, when this crap happened, to, I don't know, create a new... Sometimes this works if you are dealing with different Blender versions and you start to have incomprehensible issues for the noobs, no, for the normal user, right? Then just make a new file, general in the latest version you intend to use, and then try to append everything there and that fresh file should fix most errors. But it was not the case. It was just something like just joining two armatures together, and that probably will destroy some linking assets that were, I don't know, skeleton data, I have no idea. Very bizarre stuff that happens sometimes. So now there is, in this list, is growing short of things, right? So we have hair rig. Okay, that we were gonna add some hair rig for this today. I started late. I wanted to start early, but this will have to be in the next sessions. So I'm gonna start earlier as the time progresses. There is the skirt. Yeah, we can make because these are similar. If we're using spring bones for VRM, or similar to Wiggle bones physics, right? Bone physics. Then this stuff, they are equivalent in terms of rigging. Also the ponytail also. So those things we can already try to make all together. Let's start with that because it's actually simple. I have the let's make a highlight here. Now I have this new proposition for highlight, so it's this basketball here. Move up, and where's the... No, it was not the... Okay, apparently, yeah, it's here. Go. So we're gonna get making we go to Addon physics bones for hair rig and skirt rig, yeah, whatever, cloth rig. So this is just an example. I'm not gonna go deep into it. Let's go on layout. Let's close this, join left, yes. So in this armature, cool stuff of reusability in Blender is that or in CG, whichever, right? But in particular in those digital means, is that of course I don't need to recreate the steps for the, let's see, okay, I've got the wiggle to Addon, it's free, you get, but you can't get from here, you need to find the, it's not an extension, right? So it's the old school stuff, right? And it is okay, now this is what I'm using. I'm not sure if there's a new version right now, but it doesn't matter, updates, but that is so I have in this armature, which is reused from another rig model, I have a collection. So here's something interesting. When you're doing animation or posing in Blender, we can have I'm missing something here. I'm missing, okay, this physics. Okay, see, this is not a good positioning for this collection, because the bone physics, the bones which contain wiggle physics in this case, we want this collection to be elsewhere. So I'm gonna move this just outside of here. I think it's unparent, yeah, this collection. We're gonna bring it to the controllers, because how does it work? Okay, parent there, so then we can actually pose these bones with auto IK option, for example. You don't need even IK bone constraint for that, so just enable tools IK option. You see here I have Alt X here for the shortcut, so it's easy. Sometimes there are some bugs, so I need to use the glitch, bug I need to report on left and right side. Sometimes you have to mess up with this thing, disable, enable, pose, cancel, to get if it's not working. But you see, I can control the auto IK length, so I can easily pose any asset that are using wiggle bones physics, right? It's very easy to pose like that, you see. And so you don't even need to play the animation. Actually, for the animation to play, you need to have some time here like this. Then you need to, why I don't have the screencast? Okay, there we go. So the you see there's no physics here because it lags if alongside with subdivision surf modifier, so you need usually simplify here. There it is, simplify, which I also have a shortcut, Shift Control Alt I, and that will turn off all the subdivision surface modifiers, and that will improve many processes including wave painting. So here we unposing and 3D animation process. Okay, so here there's a wiggle to Addon, so we have animation. Okay, it is here in animation tab. Then we get this bone tail. So all these bones here that are in this collection, they are wiggle bones. This thing doesn't have a collection, so we're gonna just, this is an extra bone for the head, it is just temporary. We're gonna Alt M, this is my shortcut for here. We're gonna bring back here. So nothing is rigged here. These are the hair of another character, Dorothy, maybe you recognize if you know her. So all this we can and you can pick many of them and do this. So this is super cool, right? And if you need to do full F key like here, then we need to turn off the auto I key, right? There are limitations to this, unfortunately, but it is very good for this kind of process. Anyways, and here also the cloth, we can also, the cloak that Dorothy had, so you see we can And we can combine this with keyframing, of course, and with we can usually when we do auto IK option, we want to be using auto keying, because this will move everything, and you have to every single touch you make, you have to reset keyframes for all this. So this is not good, it's not practical. So if we're using auto IK option, usually we want to, unless you have a very clean workflow with this manual keyframing, but I don't recommend unless you have a special reason for having full control of what is keyframed or not. But what is keyframed here is the connected chain, so there's no mistake here, and we can change it with auto IK length until the end of the connected IK chain, which ends in this part. Any bone that is parented offset here, like this, doesn't move anymore with the grab, it is locked. That with auto IK option, right? If I turn it off, I can still pose it, but then I don't have inverse kinematics from auto IK option, right? I might still have inverse kinematics from an IK bone constraint, or maybe a spline IK bone constraint, stuff like that. Constraints, right? But not IK option. It's just the grabbing, not the rotate. So the great thing about this is that we can do simultaneous IK and FK to some amount. That means that I can pose this on, and they are cumulative, right? This posing. Then I get auto IK option. I can do this, and this will pose. Yeah, if we got auto IK on, so everything we pose, it's stacks. So it's not like the terrible inverse kinematics of those stupid setups in those CG that they don't know how to adapt. They just are brutal calculations that smart calculations, but very dumb in terms of adaptation. They don't know to reposition themselves. And while the auto IK option, it knows it, because it's like we are constructing the IK bone system, the inverse kinematic system, every time we grab for posing, and so it's genial. And the only problem is that the big problem, of course, is not of course, but the big problem is that there is a cool thing here, that this will allow us to emulate the pinning of the hand, if that was a hand, like the extremity. So you see, this is behaving completely different now. This bone is not glued to the head, but it's not parented also. So this is a tragedy, because now I cannot, these bones, they cannot have bone constraints. Well, they can, but if they have, they will start to behave very weirdly with the, for example, let's use a copy transforms here on local space, even if it is like this, you see that at some point this bone will start to okay, I need a rotation. Where's the, it's a target that is the hair scalp strand side. Okay, it's this one. I need to make some changes here. No? Oh, it's the left side. Okay, so let's mirror this and see, now we're having some transforms from the bone constraint here. And so this happens when we pose. It's not a dependency cycle, as you can see, but this is super annoying. This will destroy any posing potential, right? There's no way that I know to solve this. So it needs to readapt to the bone constraint. So this doesn't matter if it's a bone constraint for the tail or for the head of the bone, like stretch 2, it's to all, or dump track. It's about rotation usually, so it will always try to adapt so this doesn't work. So we cannot just bone constrain this one, it will happen the same thing. So if I unparent, the cool thing is that I have this dual-sided inverse kinematics, right? As if I had a I-key bone constraint. So this is super powerful, but the problem is that I cannot move this whole structure spontaneously with the rest of the rig. For example, yeah, I can if I pick the bones there altogether, but this is messy and there are some limitations to this. As you see, the hand is still pinned. We can grab, but we cannot. Yeah. So I was studying possibilities about this, but let's go for what matters here. So for the highlight. So just so we're gonna reparent this. I believe there would be some way with scripting. I want to show people in this potential, and I think if they were smart, they would understand how good this is for animation and rigging. If something would be done in the behalf of the auto IQ option in Blender, it's just over powerful, it's just underestimated. So that's super cool. So okay, so here we're gonna make I can reuse this, right, but we're gonna make some bones from scratch here. So yes, I leave this collection on, but we're gonna, yeah, let's use this one. Okay, let's make a bone for the, yeah, we can pick this thing here. We're gonna this is the, you can shortcut the display type, right, of the bone type. So now I usually like octaedral or b-bone. Octaedral to visualize the orientation, right, the direction of the bone. The bones are the bones are pointing to. Let's see this stuff. Let's rotate these bones, or rotate X. No, it's rotate negative X on the X-axis. We're gonna place this as exactly in the center. Yes, I haven't touched it in any other one way. We can also check if we're unsure. The item tab transform, and you see it's head and tail on 0, so perfect positioning. The roll, for some reason it seems glitched. Sometimes that you just don't get the right roll. I want it exactly in the center, so rotate X. So we're gonna look at the overlays. We can Shift Control Z for me, this thing. Control 3 for the bones here. Axis, so gonna scale this down. Individual origin. Backslash shortcut for this transform pivot point. Shift backslash for transform orientation. Control backslash for snap options. We're not snapping anything here. I'm satisfied with that. So here we could take this, yes, maybe here, okay. Then yeah, I tried to do this on the joints, but I'm not sure now if it's the joints of the what's happening to this here that I'm on pose mode. Okay, so these are the real joints. So this thing is not it's not helping for some reason. Alright, so I'm gonna turn this off then. I'm gonna try to match the joints in respect to this, right? Okay, see, this is too big, so we want it, yeah, here. Select Alt, okay. I want to Shift H this also on edit mode. Then here we might, yeah, so for the end I will just extrapolate here a little because I want to economize some bones, right? Don't need to have a lot for this. And we can also remake the hair, the ponytail for this ending part. So now we're gonna Shift Control Alt A for this. So what we're gonna do here is that this one we're gonna augment a little more, B-bone size. Then now we're going to change this color. So for this I'm using, these are custom colors, a few of them. So it is viewport display, the other orange, okay. So we're gonna, this is not custom, and these are also not custom, I think. Alright, so you get these things. We're gonna rename all of them. They have numb names. So B for bones, find replace. So it will be Natashe hair ponytail, and yeah, that's it. And well, didn't work. Set name, yes, Natashe hair ponytail, but this is wrong. We need, usually this will be deform bone, def. No, these are like, they could be physics bones or helper bone. I'm not sure right now, but def for here, def 5. Yes, this is the code. Control 1 for the names. They are all correct because they are we leave the parenting connected here. And see, we can already use this, but if I am to wave paint this, well, we could try auto waves here. I don't trust too much auto waves. Actually, I hate this stuff. Never does the right thing, and there's some critical limitations here. So let's, I'm not sure even mask works for that. So we're gonna get this selection. We're gonna go on wave paint mode. We want something is happening. This is not, oh yeah, okay, so it has a armature modifier, but it's not working yet, so I need to just connect, right? We are going to also, let's do this for this here too. So two parts of here, because this has a mirror modifier, while these ones, no, this one has mirror modifier, while this one is, okay, both have mirror modifier. So why? Ah, because this has this solidify, but we could join them actually. Not, why not? Let's keep it separated. It gives some facilities on occasions. What is this big bone doing here? We don't need this. So what we can do here is to start giving these bones some physics already. If we turn the physics on, the scene, yeah, it is on. So if we play, we see that. Wait, why these bones? Oh, because, okay, something about the armature modifier that... Oh, because this I reused from Dorothy, so probably some of the hair bangs of Dorothy are affecting it. So that's why. It's rigged, it still has the waves, right? From, however, this doesn't have waves, I think. It has waves, so even though we don't have the... Probably I could delete stuff here. Anyways, we're gonna do the wave paint for this, right? Now if I go on wave paint mode for the object, we have this stuff, right? So we're gonna turn off the mask. Let's make this bone selection, Shift H here, turn on the mask. We're gonna wave assign automatic from waves, and if this is okay, so nothing happens. So you see why I hate this stuff, right? Sometimes there are uses, good use for that, but I just cannot do it. It just doesn't work on my workflows. I'm not... Never get it to work properly. Only on very specific case where we have a simple setup, right? That is more prone to have it work properly. Yeah, so okay, we can also do this by selection of groups, right? Yeah, like, yeah, in this case this could be faster. No, while I'm doing this, there is even a faster way. We need to use the tweak here and mask, then we select the mask, then we Control X, then we select this mask, okay, Control, no, then we need to select the bone, Control X, Control I, let's invert this. Here we're gonna take off some waves, we're gonna blur here. So this doesn't need to be exact, right? So probably a better thing would be to smooth those things with the smooth operator. No, it's a bit dangerous. Okay, let's do it nonetheless. Just once for each bone. I think the bone, they are disputing waves with other, yeah, you see all those these are all wrong waves, I guess, so we don't need this head, don't need this. So here is sometimes annoying, we get this is a bug totally, it's the panel still keeps going in all directions. Oh, what I'm doing, this is no, this is correct. I don't have these bones yet, so those waves are just those are for the object modifiers, so now we are just kept with this one, so now no competing waves, and so you see that this seems to be working very nicely, but we don't have physics for this, so we're gonna now get here this physics. We could improve these waves for sure. Here in the end we see that the bone is not collaborating too much, so maybe we could yeah, so you see I'm not respecting here the joints, and so we don't have a great result, but this is can be fixed, can be perfected, right? I don't care about it, I just want the thing to be working like in a adequately, and so we are almost there. The bones finally. So we're gonna enable, gonna check what we have here. So the bone head is when it's the same thing as bone tail, except that it's physics for this part of the bone. So it's when we want it to be, you see the tail is suffering physics because it has bone tail, not head, and so it doesn't care about the, you see, this will be a bonehead thing. So if they are connected, they can all use the head position of their parent. I think parenting offset should work too. I'm not totally sure exactly how they would behave, but it's similar, I think, for the wiggle to Addon. So here what we're gonna do is that we need some data here. So for this L, Shift H, now we're gonna pick, so probably I'm use the same pattern, so I'm just gonna do something like, you see, mass, okay, let's get this to have, so bone tail first, actually let's do this. This doesn't need alt batch, this is something about this add-on, you can, and also you have copy settings to select it anyways, in case you're not sure, but so we can use alt, but it won't do anything, it will do the, so this will update for all, so you can bring this, maybe here we want some stiffness of, for this ponytail, I don't know, 250, let's see, for this one is 300, right? Mass, we could give it like this. Stretch is very dangerous, so it will, we're gonna leave just 0.01, and dump is interesting. Dump is the attractive, how much it, in Portuguese that will be atrito, so it's how much the strain it will, how it will end the physics. So the more dampening, the more it will tend, it will be easier for it to stop physics. So reset physics. So for a ponytail, we usually, depending on the ponytail, we might want something. This is a heavy ponytail, so we're gonna augment the dampening, but it cannot be too much, otherwise I don't know what is the limit here. So these values always confuse me because they don't seem to have any metrics, so it's unclear. And here, if you compare, yeah, this one is a lighter ponytail, so that's fine. So all the things combined should provide. So just stretch is super dangerous, right? And gravity 1, we're not using any wind object here. We're not using collisions because collisions cause a lot of problems. And loop physics, yes, quality 1, and that's it. So there's nothing else to do here, so we already have the this one working. And you see, if I use the proportional, not proportional, if I use the auto IQ option, I can immediately get nice posing, easy posing for this, right? But there's a problem, is that this part okay, I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make a bone just for this asset, and it should be part of physics, I guess. So actually gonna shift this. We're gonna snap to vertex. We're gonna use a trick here that's bounding. So this is a tricky thing. I want to snap it from the tail. There is one way to do it. I'm not able to get it. Something about the, I've learned recently, but it's hard to reproduce. Something about the place of the bone that we grab, but you see nothing seems to be working here. This seems to play a role, but it's difficult. Maybe it's something about the snapping. Okay, see this, snap the center. Okay, so snap the center of the object. I saw something happening. No, medium, closest center. You see that active will be the head, I think. Medium would be something else. Okay, no, so closest maybe. Okay, so I'm not being successful here. I thought that I got this, but yeah, okay, never mind. So we're gonna just do couldn't solve this. So we're gonna move this with normal. We're gonna just pick this and shift there. Then we scale this along the Y. we're gonna place it about here, so we can also scale this along Y. We're gonna change this color to, yeah, whatever, this other color doesn't, or, so let me show how to give the same values here. Copy to selected, right? The B-bone displays here on Bendy Bones panel. So then we gonna do this. So this one actually will be the same. Gonna bring this color to it, and this one we're gonna bring this color because they. I'm gonna parent this here, and so now this is part of the chain. So you see that will transform that, but we need to wave paint this thing there. It is currently not selectable. All right, we need to, so I have an armature modifier, we'll enable this. We're gonna snap the armature and we're going to wave paint it in. So for precision we're just gonna get this Natashe, this will be like what's the name, hair accessory, hair whatever, just hair ponytail clip, yeah, hair clip, whatever. So here it's a deformed bone, yes, just as the other, we know already. So we're gonna just get this whole mesh here, we're gonna assign it because it's to the group. Okay, we need the bone, need to go on pose mode to get its name, shift F2, just F2, then go here and there, and then we assign full waves here, and now this bone should be, yes, and it doesn't have physics, so we're gonna do the same here. We're gonna just copy, no, hold on, it has physics because we've duplicated, right? Alright, shift H, offset. So here we reset physics, so something is very wrong here. Looks like we have some keyframe, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Something is very weird about this copy to selected, right? Alright, this seems to be working. So it's just maybe when we reset, no? Okay, probably there was something wrong about the first bone. One of them was having some different setting. I didn't really catch what it was, but that's fine. So now the problem will be to connect the bones with, yeah, so here is a, might be a problem sometimes, but I'm not sure how to handle that, so I'm just gonna ignore. In general, right, no one will care. This seems to be good enough, right? Probably we need more bone here, just a little just on the top too, but here this should work. Also, why not scale this here? Yeah, this could help. And see, even if the waves are not perfect, we got this is I mean, even if the matching of the rings, the edge rings are not good enough in relation to the wave paint layering, the amount of bones, this low poly approach is it's just good enough. I'm gonna continue now for the other bones of the hair, but the idea will be the same. We can have some different structure of like hanging bones from physics. Yeah, they should work. Like maybe the last bone, if it is connected here, like pinned or stretched to bone constraint. Yeah, probably stretched to, because if it is parented, if it is the parent of something, we don't have the possibility to have one bone have multiple parents, you see. So we could just use a stretch tube and apply a physics to the head. Or actually no, we don't, the last bone it doesn't even need physics, because it will have a stretch to something here. Right, so folks, I'm getting a snack here, but I'm gonna continue. I'm just gonna turn on off the returning soon for the microphone. Alright, back folks. Sorry about the inconvenience. Usually I cleaning up some stuff here. Yeah, so let's return to the Okay, this is because we are in pose mode. Pose mode has a bug with the X-ray. This is just a thing of this subdivision that is lacking. Okay, so we're gonna continue for the looks like no, it was not something about it. I don't know why it is disabled here. Anyways, we are going to it's a bit weird. Let's make sure we get this thing correct. For the scalp, do I need any physics bone for this, or should it be stiff? Yeah, it should be stiff, I think. It would be funny to have some stuff. I think it is feasible. It's not like she has a... I'll do this as an experiment. So basically, let's bring... okay, we have... yeah, like we have this bone here. And this bone here. So what about... yeah, like we snap this bone maybe here, and this one is gonna snap here. GY, alright, we're gonna do like this, then we're gonna reset roles just to be clean, right? I love when we can just have a rig with a reset role, and that's exactly the role that we want. You cannot accidentally reset something and ruin the rig for a role and some bone that you never will find again. So here we're gonna do this, right? Then we're gonna reset role again. It's mirrored. We're gonna call this set name def5 Natashe here scalp. Yeah. And apparently we have a problem with left and right. Okay, so we're gonna attribute these bones with some... the parent is the heads, right? So we just need to get them the property of this thing, copy. Alright, so they'll just do this. Could be some cool effect in the... right, same for here, so we gonna parent def head, yes. And here, this is where we need to do something about this. We're going to get these joints here. Shift S, select to cursor. Let's reset these roles. Then we cannot parent this to... we could parent to this one, but it could be a good idea. Yeah, so parent to the center. Connected, yes. So that means that we can actually control the whole thing, and then we are going to use a stretch to bond constraint for this one. So stretch 2, and for some reason, yeah, of course, stretch 2, but we want stretch 2 to the head, not to the, yeah, to the, wait, okay, that we need to reset, of course. Alright, then stretch 2, there it is, and then we symmetrize, and then now we have this, but we don't have anything. So these ones will require some stretching, right? So we're gonna get them to have the same oh, actually, hold on, we want to use the, what is this? This is one forgotten. Alright, so we're gonna bring this, we don't need, maybe we could use this, the sculpt could control all this, maybe, yeah, will possibly, but yeah, like, because it's split, so we'll have to check this in the waves process. So we're gonna get this, grab this, and also this and this. I'm gonna just need to be on pose mode, and we're gonna copy. So all these things got the same, except that here we're gonna expand the stretch for these ones. So just a little, maybe this. So all the three have, they already have, actually they have a stretch to bond constraint, but the stretch to bond constraint is for another purpose. This, I think they can stack functionalities in the end. Yeah, okay, in the end. So you see, this is what will happen. This will be, I think this is because of the stretch, so maybe here we could, let's say, yeah, so you see what the stretch does. So actually, strangely enough, okay, we'll leave like that. Okay, we'll have some, maybe it's not very precise, but okay, and this we're gonna have to augment their stiffness. Yeah, and dampening, more dampening for this area, reset physics, alright, even more stiffness maybe. Alright, so I say we're having some variations here. For these ones, I think we already, maybe they could get a little more stiffness, yeah. So this, more dampening for them, and also more stiffness, like something about here, right? So, oh yeah, stiffness will help them not being stretched too much, I guess. Well, not sure. Alright, so that seems to work, but now the nightmare of course, you know, the wave paint. So we're gonna pick the armor and pick this. Oh, there's something, the names are missing, so not missing, they are just alright. Hair sculpt, so this will be I'm gonna call this hair volume, and but I don't know how to give them left and right, so this will be, yeah, no, instead we're gonna find and replace whatever is, so hair ponytail strand, right? Hair ponytail strand, yeah, whatever is hair ponytail strand, we're gonna change this to Natashe hair volume. Not working. Okay, whatever is this, we're gonna call def5 Natashe hair volume. There we go. So this will be, okay, this seems to be incorrect. It reverted for some reason, so all went wrong here. And now the horrors of wave paint. Also, let's do something here. This character, she doesn't have a cloak. I just want to verify one thing before I delete these bones. Maybe I use this for the skirt, yeah. If they have any different yeah, they are different. So I have different setup here and here, so I'm not sure which I'm gonna use. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna just pick this, move it here, gonna select this, delete these bones. So we're gonna see what we can use for the skirt. So these settings, they sometimes are good to reuse because, you know, too much now it's not super needed, but I like, because I don't know by heart everything there, and so if you have something, oh, this already worked, proved to work on hair of one of my stylized characters, so this probably would work well for others, but there is this adaptation. You need to see if you use them everywhere, need to know specifically. We can also even go more crazy in detailment and say, oh, this will have different settings than actually they have. It's fine. So you see there's one here that is incorrect. I don't know how it came to be like that. Copy settings. Okay, now it is fixed. These are the same, except that this doesn't. This just have this because it needs a parent, right? So same parent here. Oh no, they are part of the head. So all this is correct. They just have a different stretching than this one. Yeah, this. We could double check everything, but that should be sufficient now. This hair sculpt here, so it's just the waves now, and we're gonna, so oh, there's also something. So we're gonna pick this and this, extend. Okay, I'm gonna wait, this color, it's the same here. Okay, so I'm gonna move them to deform here. So not only, so that means that in my bone collections for now, for rigging, maybe later we have some panel, cool panel where you can do this. I don't have this yet. I don't have the facility of Rigify right now. I need to make my own custom values. I don't care. I can do my projects without this for now. So, but we have this physics, so this is very important. So this is for posing and for knowing, of course, which are the physics bones. But then on the deform rig, we have well, alright, let's do it again. Shift M, deform here. Oh, I think I've accidentally removed them from, yeah, I've removed because they, okay, so here I'm just caring about the hair and costume. You see, those are in the costume, so I don't need to do anything here for this and this. I don't remember what this is. We're gonna delete this, and we're gonna have go back to the hair now, and we're gonna select this and this, isolate, numpad backslash. We are going to go on edit mode. We're gonna, oh yeah, I need to be very careful about, so I don't want to be wave painting this, so we're gonna hide this stuff. But actually, you know what? No, the head is carrying this, right? Alright, so maybe I know what I do. So I'm gonna def 1 head, I think this is correct, assign 1 to this. I cannot check now, but in principle this should be fine. Now let's just isolate, yeah, isolate. Yes, we're gonna just wave paint this. If the glitch that Blender in these newer versions have been having, then I need to click here, then the left side, and then starting these waves. And this is not painting because we have the mirror on the other side that is doing half. Wait, am I using... no? Oh, it's because of the mirror. Okay, so something about the mirror. It acts as if it were some sort of normalize, auto-normalize, but strange, I don't have auto-normalize. So I'm gonna now get this one. You see, I cannot, it will glitch, need to go in the invert, click somewhere. If I start painting here, yeah, it also works. So I'm gonna try to get this right. I'm gonna smooth and gonna also do this smooth here. So I see that this is sort of dangerous. But the bones don't move too much, so that seems to be safe. So maybe that's not a great idea, but we could also parent this wave to the head, but to give more stability, because I don't have any other bone to give this stability, so it's just themselves. And to be fair, this motion doesn't seem, the orientation of these bones for physics doesn't seem too nice, right? I need to have, so this is not okay, this is actually interesting, right? But not this, right? So this is why yeah, we could have some, yeah, why not? So we can do this, right? So this will provide stability to this here. However, in the I suspect that should work, right? Here we'll have a little problems, that because these waves, there's the forehead deformed, so okay, and here we're gonna just smooth. This is shrink wrapping. So let's go back to the isolated bones here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is funny, but it's not super safe, right? We'll have to be careful about this. No, that seems to be fine. Okay, crazy idea. You see, we lose some time doing this and seeing what could work, what could not. But that's it wasn't too complicated. So at least we know that this can be achieved, right? So here we need to get this selection, and we need to okay, and now for some, oh, this is brush. Okay, blur, shift space bar. I never knew in this new version, but this is actually not the icon of the tool, but this is the brush. So this is a mistake. Probably. Well, it's an inconsistency, so I didn't know what was the brush. Oh, the blur is not the blur tool. So this is confusing, right? Took me months to figure out. Now I discovered. Okay, so I'm gonna do this here. We can smooth. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna oh yeah, look at this. I forgot there's some part behind, right? I'm gonna pick the central one again. Wait, I thought I have... What is this bone? Hair volume... Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so... Okay, I'm gonna call this hair volume. And this we're gonna wave here, right? Smooth. Then here we're gonna closer to the center. We're gonna give these waves and gonna smooth, right? That should be done. That should be fine. Then just remaining same problem. Go to the other side. Shortcut on the quick favorites for the blur. This I think I forgot that part in the center. Okay, let's blur this one again. Yeah, see, posing this bone is not very good. This is actually the way to go. This one will work because it carries the other, but we shouldn't be posing this one. You see the stretch to affect later. So actually it works, but it gets some... It doesn't bring the... So there's a limit of stretching also, which can be interesting. And now okay, so we're having a problem here with this clipping, which is yeah, really not good. So it's happening, of course, because of the physics. It was already happening, right? So maybe we can do something about these loops. So maybe we can like make this thing more like here and pull these ones inward, GX, so they have a follow-up on the right on that region there. Here this doesn't need to be Yeah, the annoying thing is that whichever thing that I change here will affect the positioning of the... I cannot do them both. Well, I can... Actually, there is what I'm saying. We can always do the trick, right, of... yeah, so maybe we need to reduce the gravity pull on these bones. Maybe this one... Let's see what really happens. No, nothing really happens here. This one doesn't drop too much, so it's not exactly that this needs to... But yeah, one thing we could probably do is augment the stiffness of this one. The first one, so maybe this is not a bad idea. So it's already a lot, but let's augment this, right? We don't see too much change. Or we could just try to make some collision system for this, which is... my experience with this has been terrible. We can try to reduce the gravity of this. That also works. Making lighter maybe can also help. Let's reduce gravity even more. See, gradually we're getting less and less. Okay, I'm augmenting a little more, because a little clip is not too much of a problem. And then dampening, I don't know, I'm gonna leave more or less where it were. Stretch, usually it's never good, only on specific case we leave this small stretch. The stiffness, right, I'm doing for just these ones, maybe we augment a little more. But not as much as these ones. These ones we can leave, I don't know, something like that, right? We'll need to test here with the controllers. Let's see. Oh, we don't have the... Okay, the hair bangs there are functioning. Okay, and that's it for the wiggle too. So we got here rigged. It's all set. Are this, yeah, hair bangs, they are renamed. So everything here seems to be working properly. Then let's go to the plan. We got hair rig achieved. Yeah, completely achieved. So this is good experience. I would like to fix these eye coins because it's sort of urgent to get the rig good. We got some face eye coins. We need to reposition we need to reposition. First, the question is this thing placed on the sufficiently close to the... Is it a good positioning for it? Yeah, it will shrink wrap anyway, so I think this is correct. I just don't want to change to be, yeah, I just like to perfect this so that I won't have to do this again later. So what we want here is to, I don't remember what this is aligned to. Probably this bone here is, yeah, it has a shrink wrap to, okay, so probably this is applied to there, so not to the eye. However, no. Actually, they are all aligned as a plane. So actually, these mini bones, they should be. Yeah, they should match the eye orientations. So this will be a little annoying here, but we can face it. So let's isolate this and the armature. So the idea here is to get exactly the bones on certain joints, right? So it will be, for example, this, then we get this bone, we Shift S selection to cursor, there we go. I think it's by 2 like this. Oh, actually, what I'm doing, there's a much easier way. We can just snap manually. Snap to vertex, include non-selectable, yes. Okay, there. So you see there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, it was doing this on the. Alright, so. On pose mode, right? Which also works, but then we have to apply. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And this one, well, this one, of course. Now the alignment. There is a face here. I think we can use. There are many ways that we could do geometry. Let's do this and let's use here transformer cursor transform orientation. Then we need to reset these bones. Okay, then with all them here we can I want to align them with the normal, so it will be some sort of edit mode, right? First, how would that be the case? Reset, no. Yeah, because if there's another bone, okay, we can make a new bone here. Let's try this, then okay, maybe yeah, because okay, I can transform, but I cannot reset, right? And this is the problem here. So, but if I do this, I can probably rotate along normal 90 . Z no. Okay, I need to apply this in object mode. I know there's align bones to. Now there is an operator that align to an object. Here I don't know, I just know how to align a bone to another bone. Okay, so there's another technique which will be just like I can do this for this bone, so I can just get it shrink wrap to the icon. And already there, right? Apparently it's not moving on surface. Okay, distance can be 0. We are going to apply. This shrink wrap is something else. Okay, so okay, let's try again. Oh, I didn't apply, apply selected as rest pose, of course. So we're gonna also look for precisely that center. Yeah, because you can slide, we want to snap to the 3D cursor. Then we want to, okay, I'm gonna make a backup of that. Let's apply, and then we are going to, no, it doesn't, it's not apply, sorry, it's actually as confusing. The thing is just apply selected as rest pose. Yeah, now it is there. So now all the other mini bones we can align them with the master. They are parents, so they were moved, right? And this is useless now, except as a backup strategy. This we can re-enabled, and now okay, doesn't matter this. Let's see, we need to reposition now these bones, just snapping, not rotate, no rotation, just snapping on these joints, and face joints or edge joints. So in principle we'll have the same story here. What are these lengths? So we're just gonna copy to selected, okay. These roles don't really matter, but I'm aligning them to global X here. And so now this needs to be wafted. They have waves. We need to enable the armature modifier, target this. Okay, so this is already deforming. Does this bone in the center should also be a deformed bone? Or we could have another one, but it's okay, this works as a we can check the waves here. Control Shift X. Yeah, icon. Yeah, there we go. The icon is this one. So indeed we have these waves. But now this bone is locked, right? It's a bone constraint, so there's another rig that controls it. But now we just need to reassociate this shrink wrap bone constraints to the proper target. So it will be the eye, not a proxy mesh, in this case eye surface. We need to batch this, copy to selected to everything, and nothing will change, right? Because it's just this just have this, and they are parented there. So to this one we don't pose directly. The orientations seem to have been lost. No, it's because they are spreading, right? They are spreading up their respective waves to the right. They are spreading themselves to follow the curvature of the eye. So the control rig is actually somewhere else. So this is parented to the. So the part of the control rig is a bit tricky for this. Basically, this is parented to the head. Yeah, the front head. These little bones are parented to this, so they are everything is symmetrized. Then we have these bone constraints which copy location to the control eye. This is not even offset, but local space on orientation, local space. This will force the so let's see, yeah, I don't know where, but somewhere. Okay, so this control eye should be the controller for this bone. Yeah, and that means there might be other ways to do this, but here we go. Now it's subdivision. See that this is not actually working perfectly. The eye coin is behind the eye. This is good, but for some reason there is some inconsistency into the I'm not sure what could be here, why this is happening on this character, not on the other. It's just a detail though. So this, so you see, no need shrink wrap. Okay, maybe we can just augment. Yeah, we can try to augment this a little. Like here. So this, you see, it will clip on the eyelids borders wall, but not in a grave way. And since this wall is thick in the same amount usually, right? Because the eyelids mesh is shrink wrapped. So we'll have always the same distance of the wall, so this will be sliding. It's all in relation to the, and there we go. So this is very good rig. So yeah, maybe I have some problems here, but no, this is, I'm just having some problem with the rotation of the positioning. Well, it's not that the problem. This is just because the head is not rigged. Is the positioning of the bones themselves when you pose. So this is something I need to improve. But overall, it works, right? And so I need to make a tutorial about this setup, and to thank again colleague Magpie and Blender Artist. He was the responsible for this let me show the idea. It's that will take too much time. I need to find I would have to find it was a discussion on the rigging animation for, of Blender Artist forum. He came up with a setup that was using this kind of idea to have an eye coin float on top of he was using his proposition was shrink wrap modifier, and it's very good actually when the eye is very flat and not with that curvature. Then you need the project mode of the shrink wrap modifier. But here is shrink wrap bone constraint, so we control actually it needs to be very precise, right, to have the symmetry of the. It will end up being asymmetric because of the deforms of the curvature of the icon onto this, but it will be very regular, and this is what matters. So if it weren't for his approach, Magpie, I wouldn't have maybe I wouldn't have found a solution. It didn't come up to me spontaneously, right? I was using UV warp modifier until then. That was a very ingenious idea, and then I came up with this improvement. Of course, we don't pose these bones nor this; they are just a deform rig. So we just adapted these eye coins also to this character. So already, again, we got this achieved. There's more for the armature, so this is just the. Yeah, so basically 2D clothes materials. What is this? We got this. We do have this thing. Okay, so basically we are just up with rigging improvements, right? And so here will be like a lot of stuff, right? That will be... No, actually, body rig, what I'm doing. So we can... It's not very organized. Body rig, better return to door template. Rigging, yes. Okay, so this is just costume. Oh, the skirt, okay. So the next step here, coming from the hair and all that, would be to get the skirt done, right? But now it's a bit too late. We just got it ready with some bones, right? And notably this costume here. What is this on edit mode? Why do you have this fade inactive geometry? Oh, I see. I'm using this option for some reason. Okay, so here it would be the idea to test this skirt setup, right? With these bones, why they are not parented? This doesn't make sense. Okay, let's keep connected. We're gonna snap to face project. Okay, set this. Okay, let's just get this idea here, right? Wire mesh of this, why not? Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna move this to the front. Probably I'm not gonna complete this this attempt, but these bones already have physics, right? This is on tail or on head? Animation, bone tail, right? Pose mode doesn't have Okay, no physics there, okay, but it's on the tail, it's safe. You see you have different values. This one wasn't used then. So, alright, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna pick all these bones, we're gonna use this and copy to selected, right? We're gonna yeah, we need to reset this, of course, right? Cursor to center, SX global, orientation SX0, okay, reset row for this, reset row, alright, they are not exactly matching the skirt, but it's fine. Here, orthogonal side view, we can fix this, alright, then now for the back side here we can also improve this stuff. Let's give all of them the same values here. Also for this one, let's give this value. The hair is in front. Okay, that seems pretty accurate. Let's return here and so one idea would be to try to connect, I don't know the orientation though, so let's try to get from here to stretch or here to the, I prefer the, I don't know, intuitively. This is just a reference for the cloak data. Let's simplify this. Oh, they don't have any. Okay, so it's just default stuff, so we don't need this. Alright, so for this one, we're gonna change this to this viewport display type, and to this, then we subdivide. Little problem here of matching. Okay, this, so probably need another subdivision. Yeah, let's place it here and do this. Okay, so you have these connections, and here we lose everything, but we then can mitigate this by having a stretch tool towards the tail and reset physics. Let's actually, yeah, reset this, right? Gonna do the same thing there. Subdivide twice. Stretch to constraint. Probably will need some bones here also, but for now, this is, remembers these kind of skirt left. Okay, so gonna call this Control F2 bone, so set name def6 skirt left, yeah, skirt front left, yeah. Alright, except that here we got, yeah, this is exchanged. No, this is correct. So, as for this one, we're gonna change to Ctrl F2 back. And also Ctrl F2 strip characters. Expecting it will reset, well, not really. Yeah, it's because of the existence of this one. Yeah, so this is pretty annoying. So what we do here, we're gonna just delete one side to clean up. We're gonna then just resymmetrize. Now we're gonna do this again. One, two, three, then 0, 1, 2, 3 there. No, that's an incorrect stuff. Okay, so this 2 and this 3. There we go. Now we can symmetrize this, and if we the stretch is not working, what's happened? Okay, so I have this stretching, but we don't control this. So this is a limitation of this current setup. We don't have inverse kinematics in all ways. Maybe we need to get I'll have to investigate. The physics, of course, are not working here. We'll have to change stuff here. Gonna move on dampening. This stiffness is super low. Stretch is too much, 0.02 here. And dump, we're gonna more dump for here, and gravity, maybe reduce a little. Copy to selected. Let's reset physics. So this stiffness mass, maybe it's a bit too much. More dampening and less stretch. More stiffness and less gravity. Less mass. Also, this thing requires a so this is not working because I would like to be able to pose this right. So I need to investigate a new way to make this. For the hair it would be fine, but for here, so technically okay, anyways, that will require some thought, but what I can just achieve here is just getting this shift D here. We're just gonna I'm gonna make this bigger so we understand it's a different, it's not very clear right now, right? So just snap there.
Gonna reset these roles. We're gonna call this like skirt strap and go and left. Symmetrize. Okay, we need to parent those things. Probably gonna parent this to hip sway. Okay, this is copy to selected just to be sure. And okay, so this will be an ongoing process. I'll have to find out what can connect for some I key. Maybe it will be a case to have even an I key bone constraint. It's complicated when we have mixing chains like that. If only Blender could have multiple, a child bone could have multiple parents, that could work with in I-key chain. That would be crazy, but we can't do this for some reason. It might be too complicated to handle. Then we reset physics. Okay, we need to yeah, I wanted just to pick the controllers, master skeleton. Hip sway, it's this one, so we see that would do this, right? Of course, this bone also moved the legs. The skirt usually might need collision, or we can fake collision with that technique that exists with limit distance, right? In this case, this skirt could be a good one for this, but the problem of when the bending is always horrible. So this will be for another condition. But we made good progress here because eyes, hair, part of the cloth. So we need to keep doing the cloth rig and the body rig, right? And this maybe will readdress the Dorothy rig template simultaneously. Yeah, maybe it should be time that I improve yeah, that. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope that was interesting. Some different topics here of interest for making characters in Blender. Have a nice week. Tomorrow will be a little tricky. I'm not sure the time I'll be able to be online. So if anyone is watching here and listening, be careful about. But I'll be on tomorrow, but just to know exactly when. Then after we'll get better organized. Thanks for watching, folks. Again, take care. Happy Blending. Have a nice week. See you soon.